If you're 17 or 18 years old, you've probably been told one thing your entire life. Graduate high school, go to college, get a degree, get a job, and everything's going to magically lay itself out for you. Except that's not really how it works anymore. College tuition has exploded, student loan debt is at record highs, and there are thousands of graduates making less money than electricians, sales reps, and business owners. And I want to preface this video with being honest and saying that I am personally in college myself, and I feel that this is the best route for me. I want to work in finance and I need college to do that. But that's kind of the whole point of making this video, is that there are so many different alternatives to going to college to follow your dreams and goals, as well as if you're like me, where you don't really care about the job itself, but more of the money and the quality of life for your family and for yourself outside of your career. So today I am ranking the best alternatives to college in 2026, from the ones that you should probably avoid to the ones that you can genuinely make six figures without ever stepping foot on a college campus. So without further ado, let's get into it. To kick everything off, there's one choice that you should probably avoid, and that's the TRAP jobs. TRAP stands for Temporary Role Accepted Permanently. These are jobs like fast food workers, gas stations, basic retail, grocery stores, movie theaters, jobs that are completely fine with while you're in high school or trying to figure your life out. But the problem isn't working these jobs, the problem is getting comfortable there. And me, myself, I'm in a TRAP job right now, and hopefully I don't stay there forever. Eventually, you work there for 1 year and that turns into 3 years. 3 years turns into 7 years. And before you know it, you're making just enough to survive, but not actually enough to build wealth. Most of these jobs don't teach you high income skills and they usually have very limited career growth. Of course, there's always an exception to everything in life. That is the number one rule on this channel that I'll probably talk about. Every single thing has an exception. With that exception is obviously that there are some retail jobs, different corporations that the very small percentage of people can climb up and make six figures. Usually that takes 15, 20 years, sometimes longer. But your pay is usually capped. And if you stop showing up, you stop getting paid. That means no PTO, no benefits, nothing like that usually. Again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with working these jobs. Again, I work one myself. Just don't let them become your entire career if your goal is financial freedom. Use them as a stepping stone, not your final destination. The military. The military is one of the most underrated paths after high school. Now, before anyone starts typing some angry comments, I'm not saying that everyone should enlist. But for the right person, it's an incredible opportunity. You get paid while you learn, you receive housing and food benefits, and you gain discipline. Many of these positions will teach you real-world skills in technology, aviation, engineering, healthcare, logistics, and even cybersecurity. And when your service is over, benefits like the GI Bill can help pay for college or trade school if you decide that's what you want to do later. But of course, it's not easy. You're giving up a lot of your personal freedoms, it's physically and mentally demanding, and there's always a risk depending on your role. So don't just join because someone on YouTube told you to. Join because you've researched it and it actually fits your goal. Now, trade jobs. If I had to recommend one path that more high school students should seriously consider, it's the trades. Electricians, HVAC technicians, plumbers, welders, heavy equipment operators, linemen, goes on and on. But these jobs are always needed, they're not going anywhere. AI isn't replacing someone repairing your electrical panel anytime soon. Many apprenticeships actually pay you while you learn instead of charging you tuition for that. Think about nursing. They go to clinical and they pay to be there. Instead, you're getting paid to be there. Within a few years, many skilled tradespeople are earning $70,000, $90,000, even well into six figures depending on overtime, certifications, and location, and if you can eventually own your own business. The downside is that it is hard work. Some jobs are physically demanding, you'll probably work in bad weather, you're going to get dirty, but if you're okay with that, the financial upside is incredible. Like we talked about earlier, maybe it's not the job itself you're worried about, but the quality of life and the money that you have for your life outside of your career. Sales. Here's one thing that almost nobody tells high school students about. Sales. If you can learn how to communicate, solve problems, and persuade people, you can make more than doctors without ever getting a degree. Think about it. Real estate, medical device sales, software sales, solar, insurance, home improvement, car sales. Many companies care more about your ability to sell than what's hanging on your wall. No one cares that you got a degree from Harvard if you can't sell more than the 18-year-old out of high school. The best salespeople often earn six figures because they're paid based off of performance and commission. The catch is that you have to be okay with rejection. You're going to be hearing no a lot. If you're lazy, you're probably going to struggle in this career, and if you're willing to improve every day, sales can completely change your life. Entrepreneurship. This is probably the path everybody wants, owning your own business. But let's clear up one big misconception. Entrepreneurship is not easy money. Social media makes it look like people start a Shopify store on Friday and buy a Lamborghini on Monday. Reality looks very different from this. Most businesses are gonna fail. You'll work long hours, you'll make mistakes. Some months you'll make thousands, other months you might make nothing, if not the other direction, and lose money. But if you're willing to solve real world problems for people, the upside is unlimited. There's pressure washing, lawn care, window cleaning, power washing, car detailing, content creation, marketing agencies, web design, app development. There's never been a better time in history to start a business than right now. Apprenticeships and certifications. Here is an option that people really do overlook. It's really slept on. Professional certifications. Instead of spending 4 years getting a degree, you can spend a few months learning a specific skill. Think about things like IT certifications, cybersecurity certifications, commercial driver's license, aircraft mechanic licenses, real estate licenses. Many of these can get you into a career much faster than a traditional college degree, sometimes within a year or less. Employers care about what you actually do than where you went to school. Content creation. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, podcasting, streaming. Now, before you quit your job after hearing this, understand something. Most creators don't make any money. It usually takes years of hard work to actually see your first dime. Some people get lucky and get it within the first month. Sometimes it takes years. But if you're consistent and actually provide value, content creation can become one of the most scalable businesses on earth. One video can make money while you sleep. One audience can open doors to sponsorships, businesses, courses, consulting, and so much more. Just don't expect any overnight success from this. So, is college actually worth it? Sometimes. Sometimes it is, sometimes it is not. So if you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, nurse, or another profession that legally requires a degree, absolutely college is worth it. We're talking about STEM jobs here. But if you're only going because everybody expects you to, you owe it to yourself to explore other options that are out there because they might be a better fit. The truth is your income is determined far more by the skills that you have than by the diploma hanging on your wall. The biggest lesson here is that you need to learn valuable skills. Keep improving. And please do not get stuck in a trap job longer than you have to. Because in 2026, there are more ways than ever to build an incredible career without spending 4 years and tens of thousands of dollars on a college degree. If this video helps you out, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments if you weren't going to college, what path you would choose. I'll see you guys in the next one.